خلال النصف الثاني من شهر سبتمبر.
Second half of the week, President Sisi held a number of meetings and visits. He received Mr. Park Poon-ki, the special advisor for the South Korean president, with the participation of Foreign Minister Badr Abdel-Ati and the Korean ambassador to Cairo. The deputy handed the president a message from the Korean president Lee Chong-yong for the occasion on 50 years anniversary of diplomatic ties between the two nations. The president also, President Abdel Fattah Sisi, received Amir Rahim Aga Khan, the head of Aga Khan Foundation for Development, with the participation of Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdel-Ati, and Wismo Jal, the head of Aga Khan Foundation for Culture. The president started the meeting with congratulating Prince Rahim Aga Khan for holding the meeting at the beginning, holding the presidency of the foundation after his father Karim Aga Khan, for ruling the Aga Khan Foundation for development and increasing the partnership. Also, President Sisi met with Minister of Foreign Affairs Badr Abdel-Ati, who told the president about the outcome of Egyptian participation in the high-profile, the 80th General Assembly meetings of the UN, which witnessed the Egyptian vision throughout the different meetings regarding regional and international issues. At the Cairo International Airport, President Sisi received the President of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The President and the President Mohammed bin Zayed were together and they held the meeting, and he is participating in that meeting as he is visiting Egypt during his important brotherly visit to Egypt. The meeting was very important and witnessed a close session between the two leaders. The President started the meeting by asserting on the importance of the relation between Egypt and the United Arab Emirates and the joint cooperation in different domains. The President also was keen on saying farewell to President Mohammed bin Zayed at Cairo International Airport. The President Abdel Fattah Sisi received also Dr. Benedict Orama, head of Afrexim Bank, which is finishing his tenure in Egypt, and Mr. George Elampi, the coming president of the Afrexim Bank, for the visit for taking the presidency of the bank till 2030. The President also congratulated Mr. Elampi for being elected as head of the bank, as Egypt is hosting its headquarters. As the new president is starting to take over, and thank Mr. Orama for the last 10 years. He also valued the partnership between Egypt and the Afrexim Bank. The President Abdel Fattah Sisi also received a central bank governor. He also briefed the President on the last development concerning the value of the foreign currency and the development regarding the financial sector and increase of the flow of foreign currency from different resources. Also the indices regarding the national reserve from foreign reserve. Also that discussed the preparation for the opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum, which is taking place at the beginning of the month of November. President Sisi received the Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism. The President was updated on the preparation ahead of the inauguration, also the development of the surrounding area for the gem. President Sisi also received Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, who delivered the greeting of President Donald Trump to President Sisi during the meeting which was hosted by Trump for the Arab and Islamic leaders to discuss the regional issue, especially in the Gaza Strip and the after-war scenario, where the Minister of Defense and Interior joined the meeting, as well as a number of concerned entities in the state. President Sisi also received at Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace the President of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, within the official visit by Kagame to Egypt, and he was officially received by President Sisi. President Kagame listened with President Sisi to the national anthem of both countries. After that, a bilateral meeting, closed meeting was held. After that, an extended meeting was taking place with the participation of both delegations. Also, the two parties discussed the Horn of Africa development and how to develop the region. The two presidents also witnessed signing of number of MOUs between the two countries. After the meeting, the two presidents held a joint press conference to discuss the outcome of the talks between the two leaders. I would like to receive Mr. Kagame, President Kagame, and thank him for this visit, which is witnessing and exploring the depths of relations and showing our joint interest in deepening the bilateral relations and increasing the importance of bilateral relations. Also, President Sisi and Ms. Intisar Sisi, the First Lady, received in the Ittihadiyya the President of Singapore and his wife, the First Lady of Singapore. They were received by the President and Ms. Intisar Sisi in an official reception, and the two anthems were played. After that, a bilateral meeting was held between the two leaders, followed by an extended meeting with the participation of both delegations. The discussions tackled the bilateral relation and how to develop the bilateral ties. The two leaders witnessed the signing of many memos of understanding between the two countries. After that, the two leaders held a joint press conference to show the outcome of the discussions. I am honored to welcome the President of Singapore in Cairo in a very important step forward in the bilateral relations. And in Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace, President Sisi received and Ms. Intisar Sisi, the First Lady, received King Philip VI and King Letizia in the first state visit by the King of Spain to Egypt. An official reception was held and the two national anthems were played, and the meeting witnessed a bilateral meeting followed by an extended meetings between the two delegations, which tackled the developments in the region and on the international level. After the talks, the cadres and the medals were exchanged between the two leaders. After that, the President and his wife held a joint banquet for the visiting king and his wife, Queen Letizia. I am welcoming King Philip and Queen Letizia, the first official visit by King of Spain to Egypt after and it is on the level of strategic partnership. After the signing of this partnership, as I am visiting the state of Spain, which I was received in a very warm welcome. This is showing the depths of relations binding the two nations, and it is showing our mutual interest in developing this relation for more horizons. And at the end, at the pyramids, President Sisi and Ms. Intisar Sisi held a banquet of dinner for King Philip VI and Queen Letizia, the Queen of Spain. After the dinner banquet, the President and Ms. Intisar Sisi took the King of Spain and the Queen to the pyramids and Abu Hol, the Sphinx, and took photos commemorating this very special moment. And the king and the queen listened to the explanation of stories about the history of Egypt. Also, President Sisi paid a visit to the military academy at the new administrative capital, and he was received by Lieutenant General Ashraf Zahir, the head of the academy. Also, the dawn prayer was performed by the president and the students of the academy. Also, President Sisi addressed the students, during which he tackled the regional and international files. My visit to the academy is showing, first, to talk to you and see the programs that I'm always keen on implementing and developing it to achieve its targets. Maybe you have been following the developments and our efforts exerted during at least the past 2 years regarding Gaza, and we were keen on that development wouldn't spiral and increase and led to negative repercussion on the whole region. We were keen on stopping the war, and we are still keen on that, and we are working hard and sincerely on that to enter the humanitarian aid into the Palestinians. But you do not ask from me to bet on the lives of Egyptians. I cannot go into a crisis conflict to enter the humanitarian aid by force. But what I would like to say at the end, our position is clear. We are not conspiring against anyone. We do not want to harm anyone. That does not mean we are peaceful, but we cannot be conquered or attacked because we are peaceful. We are peaceful, yes, but we are here. Why? Why I'm keen to visit the people who are protecting the nation. We are peaceful, but no one, with God Almighty's blessing and with God Almighty trust, no one can harm Egypt. After the speech by President Sisi followed the activities and training for the students. The President hailed the very unique position of the students for their trust and self-confidence and their activities and fitness. Also, the President followed up the female trainings. Also, the President had a tour for the self-protection and martial arts activities. Also the halls for modern trainings and combat. Also the President inspected the horseback riding club in the academy. Also the Olympic swimming pool. Also the President participated the students in having breakfast as they exchange dialogue with the students of the academy, and he asserted on the importance of being devoted in the training and the educational practice as well, to be in the face of all the challenges regionally and internationally. After breakfast, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi followed up the result of some of the testing for many of the female students who were joining other training programs. President Sisi also received a phone call from French President Emmanuel Macron, French President. The discussion discussed the virtual meeting held on the 25th of September upon an invitation from President Macron to discuss the regional development. On top of which is the Israeli war on the Gaza Strip and the Israeli aggression on Qatar. Also, in that we had a brief on the activities of President Sisi during the second half of the month of September.